this is Irina Blount from La La Land Crafts. Today is day 6 of our 24 days of Christmas tutorials Advent event. I am starting with day 1 through 12 on our YouTube channel, and then our design team is going to join in on our blog for days 13 through 24. And we are having a giveaway. We're giving away 3 $50 gift certificates to our online store. To enter into the giveaway, all you need to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on the videos on YouTube channel for day 1 to 12, and then comment on our blog from day 13 to 24. And the more you comment, the more chances to win you have. We are going to announce the winners on December 25th, so 3 of you are going to get a Christmas gift of sorts. And along with the giveaway, we also have a 20% off sale on all of our products in our online store at lalalandcrafts.com. And the coupon code is Advent 2022, and this sale is valid until December 25th, so plenty of time to shop. Today we are going to be making a card and a gift box. So this can be used separate or they can be used as a set. And I can't wait to show you how to make both. Let's start with the tutorial. This card is pretty much all the die cuts, and once you have everything die cut, it comes together fairly quick. For the card base, I have a piece of black cardstock, and it's 5.5 by 11, and we can just go ahead and fold it in half. And then I have 2 red layers that measure 5.25 by 5.25. I have 2 gold layers. 2 gold layers that measure 5 by 5. I have 2 of them here. Then I have white cardstock for inside of the card, measures 4/7/8 by 4/7/8, and the paper is 4/7/8 by 4/7/8 as well. So this is all the cutting that I did, and the rest of it, as you can see, is die cutting. I'm going to start with the front panel for the card. I'm going to glue together the paper onto the gold and then onto the red cardstock. All of the papers that I'm using on this card for die cutting are from Christmas Hodgepodge paper pack. The layer on the front that we used is from this paper here. Then I have a circle that I die cut from the blue snowflakes, and this is this paper right here. And this was die cut with our stitched nested circles die, and this is the largest die from the set. The reason I have the cutter here is because we are actually going to cut this apart. We are going to cut it first at about 2.25. And we're going to save the piece that we cut off for later, for the inside. And now I'm going to turn this and see how I have my straight line on the bottom. That's very important. So I'm going to keep it straight and then line up to about 2.25 again and give it another cut. I'm going to glue our partial circle on the bottom of the card this way, and then this piece that we just cut off is going to go on the corner right here. Next is the street lamp pieces, and I die cut just the lanterns. We are not using the pole on this card. I die cut them from fairly thick cardstock. This is 110-pound cardstock because I like them to stand out more as an embellishment. And then we're going to put gold cardstock behind the lamp, the lights of the lamp. So I just have a piece of gold cardstock, just a scrap right here, and I'm going to glue each of the lanterns on just like this and then cut around it. these lamps is going to go on the right top of my card. I'm going to pull it all the way up where the paper ends. And then my second one, I'm going to touch a little lower. So this card is what I call collage card, and I absolutely adore making this kind of cards. And I love vintage, but this is kind of like modern vintage because the colors are vintage, but we are using a lot of more modern elements. Then next up we have our wood slice die, and this has all this pretty detail when you die cut it, and it comes as a set of 2. So when you die cut, you have 2 of these pieces. Before I glue them on, I'm going to grab my Distress Oxide ink, and you can use, this one is in walnut stain, you can use any of the brown colors. You can use brush, or you can just kind of drag it onto the ink pad, and it just adds a little more texture, even though this layer was die cut from the same paper pack, and this is this paper right here. So it already has kind of variation of the color, and we are just enhancing it with the ink. We're going to glue the outside layer first, and we're going to position it somewhere about 1/2 inch from the bottom and center it right and left. And then we're going to inset our centerpiece inside of it. For next element, I have 2 pieces of the small photo. This is the die, this is how it looks like, and it also comes with 3 sentiments: smile, hello, and BFF. Well, these are all individual letters, so basically you can also mix and match and make different sentiments using the letters from there. I die cut 2 of this, and I also die cut from the same paper pack 2 by 2 3/4 layer of cardstock, and this is this paper right here. I kind of like using black for Christmas cards sometimes. I just think it makes it more dramatic. I'm going to glue this layer inside on one of my layers, so just add the glue here. And these are going to be sandwiched just for more dimension, for more interest on our card. It's going to show inside of the opening on the photo frame die. Next, I have 3 snowflakes, and these are die cut with our 3 snowflakes die. The die comes as a set of all 3 of these dies, and I love it. This is from this last year, but I absolutely love it, and I know I'll be using it for years to come. On the largest one, I'm going to cut it apart right in the center, and then I'm going to cut off, I'm going to turn it this way, so my straight line here, and I'm going to cut off about 1/4 inch from the top, and we are going to glue it inside on this side, and then the other piece we're going to glue, I'm going to cut, now my straight line is on my right side, and I'm going to cut off about 1/4 inch from the bottom here, and then I'm going to arrange them inside of my frame and glue each one on. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on it on the one of the frames, and I'm going to use our Holiday Smiles clear stamp set with little hedgehogs. I just adore this. I used them a lot on the tutorials last year, so if you want to take a look, just go on our YouTube channel and go click on soil to stamp my sentiment. So right here in the center, I'm going to cut my smallest snowflake from the set in half as well and add it over the big snowflake right here. I'm not going to add it over the other big snowflake because our dear friend is going to be right in front of it, just like this. Now, before I put this on, I have another element. This card is full of elements. I have 2 of my Christmas trees, and these are the trees from the snow globe die. I'm using both of them, and they were die cut with this polka dots paper. I just adore it. we're going to put the taller tree on the back here. Next I have from red cardstock poinsettia, and the center I die cut from the gold cardstock, and this is layered poinsettia, one of our newer dies, and this is the third time I'm using it in this series. And also the pine needles die, I've used it a few times I think already too. And I die cut the pine needles twice, so I have two sets here, and they were die cut with this stripe paper from the same Christmas Hodgepodge paper pack. For my pine needles, in each set there is skinnier and the wider part. The way I like layering them, I put one of them on top and just match the stems, and then it creates a fuller kind of branch there. Next element for this card are the tickets, and these tickets were stamped with the Best of Times clear stamp set, and this clear stamp set has like park kind of feel to it, festival, but the tickets, and I adore the tickets. I think the tickets are timeless, and I think they can be used for all kinds of different occasions, and there are 3 different types of tickets here. So you can see I stamped it on the pattern paper, and I stamped one of this and one of this. And there is also a die that we have that's called a ticket die. It comes as a set of 2, so when you remove the smaller ticket label from the inside, the larger one lines up with these 3 shapes, so you can cut them out. It looks you know how it feels better kind of when you die cut versus fuzzy cutting, but of course you can also fuzzy cut them. And also want to mention on this stamp set, all of the smaller sentiments that are kind of shorter like this are going to fit in the tickets. So some of the like shorter ones are going to fit inside of this one, and then the longer ones will fit in the bigger ones as well. So you can mix and match and use this set not just for the summer occasions. So just want to share that. Now we can go ahead and arrange our elements here and glue this pretty kind of cluster on. And you can also like pinch the petals to shape them a little bit if you like to add a little more dimension. Just depends what your preference is. And the last element on the front of the card, and by far not the least, is the deer. And this die, the layered deer die, comes as a set of 2. So we have the main shape of the deer, a silhouette like this, and then we have a layering piece. The easiest way to add this layering piece, what I found for me, is to line up to the leg right here on the bottom, and then kind of line up on the bottom of the face, and it will just lay perfectly on him. Look how adorable that looks. I just love how that creates a totally different effect. And if you like deer, we're not going to leave our deer in the cold, in the winter cold. There is also a clothes that we have released along with this deer die. It's called deer clothes, so it comes as a little sweater, scarf, and socks. And you can mix and match different elements. You can have your deer wear just the sweater. You can have him wear just the scarf. You can have him wear just the socks. Or you can mix and match different elements. So for our deer on this card, he's going to wear socks and the scarf. And again, this were die cut from the same paper pack. I use this paper right here. And now my deer can go onto the front of the card. You'll notice that the front part of the deer, because it's laying on all of these additional layers, is going to be higher and the back is lower. So to make sure it's even, I'm going to add foam tape on the back part of his body and on his legs. Isn't this just gorgeous? I just absolutely love, as I mentioned, I just absolutely love the style. I love how it turns out. I love the pink and blue and red and gold and black together, just stunning. To attach this to our car front, you can glue it on, it's more somewhat flat, or you can use foam tape, or just the foam that you have. This one I have here is 3mm. So I'm going to glue the foam onto my card and then add the layer onto it. Now the layers for the inside, I'm going to do my 1/8 inch of a frame on the white cardstock, then glue them all together and inside of my card. For inside of my card, I have my leftover half of the circle, or part of the circle. I have a Christmas tree that I have left and some snowflakes. So I'm going to cut this snowflake apart right here and add it on one of the sides of my white layer. And I'll probably just do that. Now the card is done and we're going to start on our box. The layers for the box were die cut with our gift card envelope die, and this is the larger die on the larger size, and it was actually designed to make a gift card, but I designed the box using it, and I just love making these boxes. There is a tutorial on how to make box on our YouTube channel from the last year, from 2021, but we're making another one today to go with our card. I die cut, once you remove all of these little pieces, this is just the main shape like this, and I die cut 4 of the main shapes, and I die cut 4 of the flaps right here, and then 2 of these wax looking shapes are actually from the same set. So the wax itself is this die right here, and I cut it twice from gold cardstock, and then I used the coordinating circle piece to emboss into it, and we have 5 different designs for 5 different occasions, so you can use it for different things. First, we're going to fold on all of the score lines, all of our pieces. Then for the bottom of the box, I die cut a piece of Kraft Cardstock, 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, and I scored it 1/2 inch on each side. We are going to miter it first. So I'm going to cut out that square and miter it at the same time. And then we can go ahead and fold those. Fold all of the score lines. And also for the bottom, I have 2 additional layers. Red cardstock measures 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, and pattern paper measures 2 by 2. And the pattern paper we are using on this project is from Very Mayor paper pack, and this is this paper right here. Then for the sides of the box, I have 4 layers of red cardstock and 4 layers from pattern paper. And I have 2 different designs here. This is the same as we used on the bottom, and this one here is this paper from the paper pack. Red cardstock measures 3 3/8 by 2 1/8, and my pattern paper layers measure 2 by 3 1/4. Before we glue these layers on, we are going to use the 2 of the ones with the Christmas trees. And on this project, I also used our wooden slice die, the same die as we used on our card, but this time it's die cut from gold cardstock. I'm going to cut it, well, actually I'm going to glue it first partially on one of my pieces. My other side, I'm going to use the opposite end of this die. Now we can inset the main shape, kind of just inset it into the areas and then cut off the Now we're going to glue these layers on each of the shapes of our box. Next, we're going to add the flaps on the insides of each of this layer. We're going to add adhesive to the little flap on the flap and attach it to the inside right flush to the top part. So make sure that your wooden slices are on the bottom. So this goes on the top of these layers. Now we have all of these 4 layers ready and we're ready to start assembling. The thing to keep in mind is that the flaps are going to be, the side flaps are going to be in front of the one with the snowflakes, because we don't want to close any of the design on our pieces with the deer, the embellished pieces. So the easiest way to line up, so I'm making sure this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna start with 2 of the layers like this. I'm going to line them up, turn it to the other side. I'm going to add adhesive on this flap right here. And then we're going to continue with this. So our next one is the one, again, with the wooden slice, and it's gonna go this way here. Now the bottom piece, we're simply going to put the glue on all of the flaps and seat it into the bottom of our box. You can kind of dry fit it first and see how it goes in. And you can use Fabri-Tac for this too, because it stays wet longer if you need to move it a little bit. Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1. Now we're going to add our deer to finish embellishing the sides of our box, and I die cut 2, and these are from the same die as we used on our card right here. I just die cut it once, the base shape from darker Kraft Cardstock and the layering piece from lighter Kraft Cardstock. And I die cut just 1 set of the clothes, and all of this is from the red cardstock. One of our deer is going to wear a sweater and another deer is going to wear scarf and socks. Aren't these the cutest little things? I just adore this. And then one of our deer is going to go on one side, and we have also Christmas trees, and these are from the same set as we used the Christmas trees on this card from the snow globe die. So I'm going to arrange it and glue the trees on first and then add my deer. I also added some sequins to further embellish this, and look how adorable. This can also be, of course, used, you know, as with all of the projects, you can take parts of the project and use on something else. So I think this little panel can definitely be used for the card as well. Now the last thing that we have to do is to close these side flaps, and you have two options. You can either just glue them together, glue them closed, or if you want to use this part as a pocket for the gift card holder, then you can just leave the space between it and glue just one side on over the other, and you kind of have to hold it for a little bit here, and then our embellishments, kind of like the wax seals, are going to cover that part there. If you don't need this as a gift card holder, as I said, you can just glue one part and then the other part down, and then glue this embellishment on. So all of the parts completed. Now these flaps that we have on the top, this is like a self-closing kind of box. So if you start with one and continue going, I'm going like clockwise, and then the last one you lift off and put it inside, and that closes your box. So cute little box for some gifts, and this creates a cute set if you want it to be a set, or you can use them separately, of course. And as you see, I use the papers from two different paper packs. I use different colors on the deer, on his clothes. You can also make it completely matchy and use the same type of papers for the card and the gift box. And this is all for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you like the card and the box and give it a go. One project or another, or hopefully both. Don't forget to enter into the giveaway by commenting on this video and on the previous videos from this series for a chance to win one of $50 gift certificates, one of three $50 gift certificates to our online store. And don't forget about the 20% off sale. And remember that you can place as many orders as you need to during the event to take advantage of the sale and make sure that the products that you want don't sell out. Just make sure to put a note during the checkout to let us know to hold your orders until you are ready for them to be shipped, and we'll ship them all together, and we'll adjust your shipping charges. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for day 7. We are already halfway done with this event, so this is the day 6 and we have 6 more to go. Bye for now and much love.